So as you guys know, I get a lot of new games sent to me pretty much daily at this point, from early access cash grabs to asset flips to projects that actually look like they have some merit. I've been bombarded with messages and emails telling me to look at this project called New Citizen. It's a modern themed open world roleplay game set in the vast environment of the United States. It's being developed by Spec Pixel and apparently coming to Kickstarter sometime in 2021. I'm going to be discussing the project in depth within this video right here, so leave a like and subscribe for more content. I want to start off with a reaction to the trailer so you guys can see exactly what this project is straight from the horse's mouth. So let's get into it.
New Citizen. Welcome to one of the most expansive roleplay games ever created. Explore the vast open world landscapes of New Citizen.
So right off the bat, everything you guys are seeing here is marketplace assets. This actually reminds me a lot of Raw, but it's not even on the same quality level as Raw's initial trailer. So let's just keep that in mind.
And choose your pathway. The only boundaries are your own imagination. Live any life you want. Become whoever you want. Want to buy property or become a mongrel, crime lord?
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna pull it back. Those character renders here, hilarious. No lip sync, really no like proper animation outside of probably just like a basic talking animation. It feels so lifeless. It's crazy. This shot here though, it's really giving me Raw vibes. Let's pull it back.
The only boundaries are your own imagination. Live any life you want. Become whoever you want.
Like,
want to buy property or become a mongrel?
It's like two Sims talking, you know what I mean?
Crime lord, special agent, or detective. Want to just explore an incredibly expansive world? Drive around the streets and soak up the ambience. Feeling risky? Take on the police and see.
The tires aren't even the tires aren't even spinning on the cop cars. Watch it. Let's pull it back just a little bit.
Feeling
they're not even spinning.
Risky, take on the police.
They're just sliding.
The fastest car. Streets
Run it back one more time so the quality's better.
Feeling risky? Take on the police and see who has the fastest car. Will you live a life of crime? Rise up in the ranks, stealing, looting, and causing mayhem.
So yeah, I mean, the premise is essentially exactly the same as a game like Raw. It's basically taking like Grand Theft Auto roleplay and making it a standalone, high quality, air quotations, product, which is essentially what Raw is, and this game's looking to do the exact same thing.
In a quest to become the ultimate kingpin and control the city.
Man, even this shot right here reminds me of Raw. Like the guy, I remember the guy came out and like I'm pretty sure he had a gun and he was up on a watchtower, but it was like over the shoulder, looking down, just like this.
The ultimate kingpin and control the city. What about banks? If that's your thing, you can take out all the major banks in the city. Get a name for yourself fast, armed and dangerous. Build your own organization or knock off all the banks one by one. Don't sit too long either, because the police will be hot on your trail.
Put your fucking hands up.
So it's time to steal a car, put your foot down and evade the law.
The hell was that?
Will you follow the path of good? Become a detective or special agent and make it your mission to hunt down criminals everywhere and keep the streets clean from crime.
It's crazy. This whole scene and this whole area, it looks like the world just continues for like, then there's just nothing past like this little area. I'd actually be surprised if this isn't just like a marketplace map and like a test environment with all of these props and stuff, because it just looks like there's nothing in the background.
And keep the streets clean from crime. Make the world a better place for honest citizens.
Oh, that lighting.
Maybe you'll become a brave firefighter and save lives.
Okay, so there's firefighting.
Save the city, looking for the innocent, caught up in danger.
Yeah.
Put out the flames, save families and people trapped inside. Make a difference.
What am I looking at? Pull back. This courtyard, I mean, like, honestly, man, I'm just getting flashbacks to shit like Identity. I think it was called New Life, Raw. Like, oh man.
Maybe you'll become a paramedic and save lives. Helping
Paramedic,
people
okay.
Everywhere you can. Save lives. Make a difference.
Ew.
The choice is yours. Build your own world.
Yeah.
Your citizen. The virtual American dream.
So as I said within that reaction, this entire trailer was made up of marketplace art assets. I don't believe a single prop or model was original based on my observation. I could be wrong on that. Someone also just called them out under the trailer for using assets and basic Mixamo animations, and they do admit to using a lot of assets, but they fall back on the notion that these are placeholder and will be replaced with in-house content at a later date. Now, the amount of times that I've heard this as an excuse is staggering at this point. The whole reason you go to Kickstarter with a game project is to show people what you can do and why their money is safe in your hands. Using someone else's work is not only lazy, but it shows us nothing in terms of your skill set. Moving forward, I'd like to see what they have going on under the hood that is their code, their art, or their IP. Now, if you guys haven't heard of SpecPixel, I don't blame you. One look at their LinkedIn says they operate out of Melbourne, Australia, but when you look at the registered companies there, nothing shows up. Also, side note, why Australia? We've had a history on this channel with people making RP and police games from Australia, and every one of them has turned out to be total busts. And looking at the website specpixel.com, you can actually see the team that is behind the development of this game. Management features one person that doesn't have a name. His role is company advisor, and apparently he's an aspiring 3D artist in charge of assisting management with DevOps, but he's the only manager to account for. They also have a bunch of development operations. They have a person named Amber, who is a graphic designer, AF, who's a 3D artist. There's a picture of Mr. Bean. It's very, very strange. This looks like a ragtag group of people coming together to create one of the most ambitious styles of games of all time. We've seen this time and time again, these open world RP, go anywhere and do anything style games. We have another one where the main person in charge doesn't even want to link their own name. When you look at their LinkedIn, none of the employees are linked. There's no information. You go to their Twitter account, not only for SpecPixel Entertainment, but for New Citizen. Both of them joined in July of this year. When you go and look up the Twitch tracker for their Twitch streams, there's no content there, and they actually opened that up at the beginning of August. So it tells me that this is a very new studio, which again, isn't a bad thing. Starting up new studios and doing ambitious things is great. I just don't like when you ask people for money right off the bat when you literally haven't proven a goddamn thing. Even the press kit on this website shows nothing. It's literally a picture with their logos that you have to edit yourself. They don't even have it broken down into a Google Drive like most official and actual legit companies do. And that might not seem like something big, but when it comes to projects like this, I look at every little thing just to see if they've overlooked things or just basically trying to piece together how competent this team is. When there's only 4 links on your website and one of them is just a picture of your logo, it doesn't really bode well for me. Jumping into their Discord, it also shows that it was recently opened with the first message in the general discussion being posted on the 14th of August. But scrolling through and just seeing the little discussion that the developers have had, the main guy is under SpecPixel Entertainment on their Discord, and he says that he was also a backer of Identity, and basically they're planning on launching the Kickstarter hopefully in the coming weeks. They don't have a locked-in date externally yet, but when they release the trailer soon, they will apparently show the release date of the Kickstarter campaign. And as we saw at the beginning of this video, there was no date for that Kickstarter, so something must have changed between this post on the 14th and the release of the trailer a day later. They say there's around 14 people working on New Citizen like we saw on their website, and they say that they're only asking for the amount of money that they need to complete development, and they say that their goal on Kickstarter is actually quite low. So that tells me either the game is further along in development than I actually think, or they're delusional. Because as we've discussed in the past in this channel on multiple videos, a team this small doing something this big is going to require much more help, much more resources, which means that they need a much bigger budget. And if they're planning to actually just complete the development with a really low Kickstarter goal, the game must be further along than what they're showing, which I find strange, because if it is, why wouldn't you show it? Now, one thing that does bring me hope is them responding to somebody who's actually a part of my community in Roger, that they can assure you that we won't be doing a Kickstarter until we have shown gameplay footage. The main reason for releasing the reveal trailer was so people can understand what New Citizen is, and we can start to build our community, as before we start our campaign, we must build a decent following beforehand. Now, I actually respect that. What I don't respect is announcing that there's a Kickstarter coming without really building any hype. Right off the bat, the alarm bells are ringing. This is something that I think I'm going to be following very, very closely in the near future. I have a feeling that this is going to be another Raw or another Identity situation. I'm seeing all of the same mistakes being made, the hype to try and build the community. I understand the notion of wanting to build a community. I feel like putting a trailer out without actually explaining any of this within the video is a mistake. And if it's true that this person did back Identity in the past, chances are he has seen videos on games like Raw or New Life or any one of these other RP games like Civil Contract, and they know those mistakes left, right, and center, yet they continue down the same path that those projects all took. This is something I'm going to be following very, very closely. I urge you guys to go over to their Discord or go to the video, subscribe to the channel, and keep your ear to the ground when it comes to Spec Pixel Entertainment. I obviously want this game to be successful, but I also want to make sure that a bunch of people don't get burned like we have in the past. My name is Big Fry. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.